When is a 3-row mid-size crossover pretty much faster than any other car on the road? It's when it's a Tesla Model X Plaid. Hi, this is Joe from Scarff Ford. Today we're talking about this 2023 Tesla Model X Plaid. Let's dive in. Well, this thing is pretty amazing as far as speed, technology, features, and safety goes. It's pretty much in a class of its own, making over 1,000 horsepower from its amazing carbon-sleeved electric motors. This thing is insanely fast, and electric horsepower is different than gas horsepower. With a gasoline engine, pretty much it makes its peak power and torque at a specific RPM. So the engine has to be revving at a certain speed. So generally you have to wait till the engine revs up to its maximum RPM to change gears or to get that rush of acceleration. Not so much the case with electric power. Electric power is almost like diesel power. You have instant torque. There's no transmission and downshift to search for a gear. It just has one gear. It's a point and shoot, high-speed cruise missile that can sit 6 people in complete comfort. So this thing absolutely rockets off the line. It is so fast, it makes you uncomfortable. And I haven't gotten used to it. I love these things. And when I'm driving, it's different. But when someone else is driving and they have this in like drag strip mode, it's like that feeling when you're going on a roller coaster, that first big drop. You pretty much get that every time. It's like having your own personal amusement park ride. But the amazing thing about the Tesla Model X Plaid is electric vehicles are so simple. Well, they're not simple completely. The technology it takes to make the batteries and the electric motors is complex. But in actual execution, there aren't a lot of moving parts. It's electric motors and a battery. It's like almost like an appliance. Think about a high performance vehicle. We have a vehicle in stock that you could probably compare this to as far as power goes. We have a Mercedes-Benz GLS 63 AMG. It's a little bit larger than this Model X, but it's got a twin turbo V8 making over 600 horsepower. Well, that thing was $160,000 brand new. So this Model X actually had that undercutted to being a little over $100,000 brand new. But on top of that, it makes 400 more horsepower than that Mercedes, and it's going to be a lot lower maintenance. I guess don't tell the people who are looking at the Mercedes for sale, but probably different buyers. So, you know, think about taking that Mercedes AMG to a Mercedes-Benz repair facility for just a 30 or 60, 90K service. It's going to use expensive synthetic oil. Mercedes is going to want to check all these systems on it, all these safety checks, because it has so many components, thousands of moving parts. You're at the high end of ownership costs for a vehicle like this. Where this 1,000 horsepower all-electric cruise missile, its ownership costs are pretty much on par with what you get with a Toyota Camry, even cheaper. Don't take my word for it. For instance, the Tesla Model 3 is the lowest ownership cost vehicle to own over a 10-year period out of any other vehicle on the road. Obviously, this is a little bit more complex than a Model 3, but not that much so. Not that much so. Has a few more moving parts. It's got third row seating and power doors and things like that. But again, electric motor and a battery is fairly simple. This thing's absolutely beautiful. We have a PPF, a paint protection film, covering the front of it, protecting it from rocks and chips and things like that. Usually these PPF systems retail for over $1,000. Luckily, it's already on this thing, so you're not going to have to pay extra for it. It comes with the vehicle. I don't have this set up as a key on my phone, but with a smart proximity key, the vehicle can detect when you're close to it. So when you get close to the vehicle, the door will automatically open as power doors. I'm going to manually open it, but if you have it set up, the door will open, you get in. You don't need to close the door, you just put your foot in the brake and the door will close for you. You can also use this screen here to open and close the doors, open and close the frunk. We're not done yet. We haven't even got to the Falcon Wing doors, which are really cool. Very comfortable, very nice interior. Obviously, it's a little bit more high-end and premium than a Tesla Model 3. I have a Model 3. I'm a big fan of Tesla products. A little bit more going on in the Model X. This is a high-end premium vehicle. These can retail for over 6 figures. So, obviously people are going to want some more features. You have these nice perforated vegan leather seats, not real leather. They haven't put real leather in Teslas since 2017. They're heated and cooled. It's getting hot out. It's 96 degrees out, so those cooled seats feel wonderful right now. I'm blowing cool air through the perforated holes in the seats, and it feels absolutely wonderful. There's nice kind of this Alcantara suede cloth headliner. Look at this windshield. There is no other vehicle in the world that has a windshield like this. Amazing visibility. And it's well tinted. You also have these big configurable sunshades over here, so you can definitely get the sun out of your eyes. Position it wherever you need to go. It's very well designed. It's almost like an airplane. So yeah, they think of everything. This has the yoke. Talking about airplanes. So it kind of leaves this area unobstructed. If you like steering wheels, Tesla can install a steering wheel. I think it's like $800. They just put a steering wheel. They actually still utilize the airbag, but they just put a new steering wheel on it. And that's a solution for people who like this car, but maybe want a steering wheel. But I use a yoke quite often. It doesn't bother me. Sometimes it takes a little getting used to. The thing is that the horn button's right there. The signals are right there. There's no stalks. That's the one thing that people have to get used to. But aside from that, it's pretty easy. And I love all this visibility because normally all this space here would be obstructed by a steering wheel. We have this huge touch screen. The majority of the functionality is in the screen. When you have premium connectivity signed up, it's about $10 a month. You can get live Google Maps and stuff, live traffic maps, which is fantastic. You can stream music. It's basically with premium connectivity. I have it $10 a month, well worth it. Basically, it gives you LTE cell phone data beamed right to the vehicle, so you can stream music, you can stream videos. You can't do this while you're driving, but you can watch like Netflix, YouTube, TikTok. You have an arcade mode, so you can play video games. Some of the driving games, you can actually use the steering wheel and brake and pedal to drive the car in the game. Pretty fun. You can also set up an Xbox style controller if you want to play some of the games that way. Or you can even set up like a keyboard and mouse. This has a pretty fast processor. You can play some pretty graphic intensive games. Like for instance, you can install Steam and play a lot of video games through Steam, which is pretty graphics intensive stuff. You have fantastic parking cameras for excellent situational awareness. On top of this has a dash camera, so you just plug in a USB data drive and it will record driving data. So you can set it up to automatically record when you honk the horn, or automatically record like an hour's worth of past driving data. So if you get in an accident, if you get pulled over and it's not your fault, it's all recorded. It's been quite helpful with me. I've actually helped a few people. There's one person who had a hit and run while my Tesla was parked in a parking lot. He came out and says, "Oh, I saw you have a Tesla. Can you see if you can get this hit and run?" Someone hit his he just bought a Subaru WRX and someone just swiped it in the parking lot. And lo and behold, I got it on camera. I got the license plate, all the information. You can see the video right there. And yeah, very helpful. They can record while driving. This person almost ran me off the road, towing their boat. I don't know if they saw me, but if they hit me, luckily they didn't. That might have been a situation where it'd been kind of hard to prove who was wrong or right, but obviously having that video footage, it makes it pretty clear that he would have been the wrong if he hit my vehicle. You also have this silly toy box where you can do the whoopee cushion. You can talk through your horn. See, I'm talking through the horn right now in kind of like a scary voice. You want to freak people out on Halloween. You can make the horn sound like a fart. You can, when you lock the car, when the doors lock, you can make a fart sound. You can make it like a retro style alarm sound. There's so much cool stuff. You can play ambient music through the horn. If you're having like a tailgate party or a picnic outside, you can play music through the horn. If you wrap your vehicle, you can get a colorizer and have your avatar match the color of your vehicle, the multi-track recorder. So much stuff. There's a depth to this screen that you don't really see on any other vehicles. This Tesla is really like a supercomputer on wheels. You have amazing Autopilot, which is traffic-aware cruise control, which allows the vehicle to brake and accelerate and steer in its own lane. That's free. It comes with the vehicle. It works fantastic on the highway. I kind of call it like full self-driving light. You can also use it on roads. Just as long as there's clear lane markers on the road, you can use the Autopilot. But remember, it's not going to stop for red lights. It's not going to make left and right-hand turns. It's not the full self-driving. If you do want to get the full self-driving, the software is not on this vehicle. You'd have to subscribe to it for $99 a month or buy it for $8,000. I have it on my Tesla. I use it every day. It's gotten so good. I've been using it for 3 years. 3 years ago, it was very difficult. I was constantly disengaging it, intervening because it was doing crazy stuff. I mean, it was still pretty amazing that a car could do what it was doing 3 years ago. But Tesla has used all that data, all these people driving billions of miles on full self-driving. Tesla has used that data, put it through their supercomputers, train the software, and it's been updated. You get an update every couple months. Update, and every time it gets better. And now it's to the point where I'm not even required to put my hand on the steering wheel. I still need to pay attention. There's a camera right here, making sure you're not spacing out, looking at the screen, looking at the scenery. It will warn you if you're not paying attention. I have a 12-mile commute. I put in where I want to go on the screen, take me to work, take me home, take me to Fred Meyer, take me to school, take me to Karate Edge. And I tell it where to go. It navigates. It gets on the highway, it makes left and right-hand turns, passes people, does all the work. I have my hands on my lap, or I maybe have a hand over here, and I'm just in supervisor mode. I'm relaxed, sitting back, just like this, maybe lean the seat back a little bit more, and the car's doing the work for me. If you have a tendency to like fall asleep or get too comfortable, that might be a problem, but hopefully eventually you might get to the part where it's unsupervised, where you're not required to watch the road or pay attention. We're not there yet, and I know there's talk about hardware 3 and hardware 4. We actually had someone who just came in to look at this vehicle. They were like a Microsoft software engineer, so obviously they know their technology, but they wanted a hardware 4 Model X, not a hardware 3. So what is the deal with that? Well, the full self-driving computer pretty much hit some limitations as far as speed and data. They started putting these hardware 3 in Teslas back in 2019, so it's an older system. In 2023, about halfway through, they started putting hardware 4 in vehicles, so you have better cameras and you have a faster full self-driving computer that can handle more information and stuff like that. It is better, for sure, but I can tell you with hardware 3, my Tesla does pretty darn good. I mean, it's not, I've driven hardware 4 cars and the difference is pretty small. Maybe if I've spent more time in a hardware 4, I'd see bigger differences. But for the most part, my car drives perfectly fine, needs very little intervention on hardware 3. So, if you absolutely want the latest in technology, get hardware 4. But I follow Tesla a lot, and I have a feeling that there's not just going to be hardware 4. Tesla's going to come out with hardware 5 and hardware 6. So there's always going to be better technology. There's always going to be a faster computer, so you can search and wait. And eventually, another year has gone by, and you've deprived yourself of a wonderful vehicle like this. So if you're not, all out and having the best technology, if you think this is a great deal, you like the options and color combination, get a Tesla with hardware 3. I think you'll find it's perfectly fine. And Tesla does plan on trying to have a retrofit coming out eventually, so they can retrofit the faster hardware computers into these hardware 3 equipped Teslas, but we'll see how that goes. Highly programmable vehicle. You can put it in Plaid mode, sport, chill, drag strip mode. So you can do a drag strip launch. You can control the steering weight. You have auto shift, so it can actually detect if you want to go forward and backwards and automatically put it in gear for you intuitively. This has a wonderful air suspension, so you can set it for advanced, sport mode, auto mode, comfort mode. Look at all that suspension data. You can set the charging rate. Generally, this one wants to be charged to 80%. It's okay to charge for 100% every once in a while. Tesla has an amazing supercharging network, so even though this has a 300-mile range, it'd be pretty rare that you'll have to supercharge this. But on a long road trip, you can pretty much drive almost anywhere in the U.S. And Tesla has a trip planner. It'll plan your trip for you. If I want to drive cross country to Boston, I just put it in here, and it'll plan where to go. It won't let me hanging. It won't have me drive in an area where I'll run out of juice and won't have charging. It will know exactly where to charge, how long to charge for, how much range I'll have when I get there, how much range I'll leave, how much range I'll get at my destination. On top of that, it can actually give you weather reports, current weather reports, a 5-day forecast, and it can tell you what the weather's going to be like when you reach your destination. Like I said, this is like a supercomputer on wheels. It's pretty amazing. And Tesla's constantly rolling out updates, improving, adding features. So even though this vehicle is in 2023 with over-the-air updates, it will continue to get better. It will continue to improve. It's one of the few vehicles that actually gets better the older it gets. My Tesla was built in 2019, and it's gotten better. It's almost like a different car than it was in 2019. It's gained so much features. It's got a blind spot camera. It can actually really drive itself. in 2019. They didn't even have full self-driving available to the public. I can go on and on. I can stream music from YouTube. I can stream music from Audible. You know, all this stuff has been added on to my car and this car over the years, and it'll continue to get better and improve. I have a tendency to ramble on about these vehicles just because there's so much to talk about. I'm already at the 16-minute mark, and I have barely started my walk around. You can hit these buttons too to open the doors. I can open that side too. I can close it. Love the beautiful wedge-like styling on the Model X. It is a beautiful vehicle indeed. No engine up here. We have a frunk, which is more cargo space, also a safety feature. You have all this space to absorb crash energy in a frontal collision because you have a crumple zone that's 60% larger than a car with an engine in the front. We have these really cool Falcon Wing doors. They have sensors all around them, so if you're in a tight parking situation, it's not going to open to the car next to you. And also, if you're in a low garage, if there's a low roof, it won't open all the way. In our photo studio, here's a video of it trolling around the photo studio. You can see that the doors aren't open as high as they are here because it could detect the lower ceiling in our photo studio. Very smart, very intuitive. And what other vehicle has this cool feature? What vehicle has Falcon Wing doors like this? On top of that, I'm not gonna do it now, but you can do a light show. It can do a light show for people where the doors will flap and play light shows, play music through the high fidelity sound system. Hey, if you like music, this has an amazing sound system, by the way. 10 out of 10. I mean, it is amazing. Elon Musk is an audiophile, and he doesn't skimp on his vehicle audio systems. This thing absolutely kicks. You'll love it. So nice, comfortable space in the second row. The second row seats are power adjustable. The third row seats are pretty comfortable as well. You have these nice little skylights here. Multiple ways to open and close. You can open the door using that button right there. You have the screen right here so you can watch movies, you can listen to music, you can play video games, you can put on your heated seats. We have heated seats in all three rows. Front seats are heated and ventilated. Adjust the climate control system. The third row seats are easy to fold down. The second row seats don't fold down, but you can fold them forward. But we have even more storage under here. Look at that, no gas tank, no exhaust system, more storage. You also have a pretty sizable storage pocket on that side, and you have a storage pocket on this side. Pretty amazing. Well, there you have it, a beautiful example of a 2023 Model X Plaid, 1,000 horsepower, high-speed cruise missile, carries 6 people in complete comfort, extremely low ownership costs. You're gonna save money on maintenance, and of course you're gonna save on money on gas versus electricity. And us here in the Pacific Northwest, we have some of the highest gas prices in the country and some of the lowest utility rates. Luckily, we get a lot of our energy from hydroelectric, so we can benefit even more from EVs than a lot of other people in the rest of the country. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy this content, please like and subscribe. We are Scarff Ford. We've been in business 103 years. We sell new Fords, new Isuzus, and a very wide variety of pre-owned vehicles, including lots of pre-owned Teslas. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.